Hi guys, Frank here with Motor Sportsland at 4001 South State in Millcreek. We're here to show you another trailer. Travel trailer is going to be the Sunset Trail 28 QBS, quad bunk with a slide. We're going to go through some feature-rich discoveries on this trailer, some explanations on what it is, what it has, what it does. Come on over here and we'll start off at the front. We do have your electric jacks on this. So there's going to be two on the front, two on the back with a single switch on both these that drop down. So the electric jacks instead of the hand crank ones we all know of and we've been part of before. You do have your pass-through storage, nice pass-through storage. Underneath here, I love to show this too to any customers come through a walkthrough. We show you the features, benefits, and the builds of these trailers just by a few easy access points. And this is going to be your aluminum cage construction all the way around, aluminum construction up underneath for your bed, and with actual plywood, which you probably can't see at this point, but it actually has a plywood instead of that particle board or any kind of wafer board, which is, you know, the plywood's the way to go. Coming up to it, I love how this feature, they all have these tempered glass doors now. So one of the benefits of this for sure is that they beef up the sidewalls around the framing of this, because this closes true and opens up true every time. It's just a really nice finish to it. On the door itself, you can see the sticker, 3-year structural warranty. When you come in, we'll talk to you about this and what this is all about through the manufacturer's warranty, which is amazing. You do have your electric awning set up out here. They do have a really cool feature. If you do want to set this up where your awning's set out and you want to taper it to one side or the other while a rainstorm is in effect here and you're kicking it outside, set a water bowl at one toner, you can actually tilt this to one corner so all that water actually drips through. And that's just this little device right here. You drop these in, pull that down, this will actually tilt one side and the other, which is kind of a neat little feature. Solid steps, they flip up inside. Very easy to set up. They just make, they can adjust with the legs for any kind of terrain that you're on. If it's a little longer, a little shorter, you can actually adjust these to make sure these are flush and level. Nice big grab handle. Something to talk about here is the Dicor. The Tough Flex roofing on these is just, it's like a PVC roofing. It's really structurally sound. They do I believe it's I believe it's gone up to a 15-year warranty. I will double check that for sure, but it's a really, actually no, it says it right here, lifetime warranty. They were at a 20, now they went to a lifetime warranty on these. So that's the roofing material itself. Really, really durable stuff. Extreme weather package on a sticker right here means it's a wrapped underbelly. You're gonna have that pocket underneath here with your corrugated wrap insulation, and then they do have warm air that blows into the underbelly to once assist with water lines freezing to a certain temperature. We will touch base on that when you come in and walk through on this. So really cold weather camping, Utah, you know how it could drop 25 to 30 degrees overnight. Really just protects your water lines and everything set up with it. Going on to your tires, you do have your little grease zert setups right here, which is really simple. And there's a little diaphragm. It's easy to lube hubs. There's a little grease zert. You just squeeze about 2 or 3 squirts of grease, go somewhere and grab you a small little grease gun. It doesn't have to be done every trip, probably depending on distance, 5, 6, 7 trips. Give that a little touch right there, and it just pushes that old grease with the dust kind of around it and just refills up with new grease inside that bearing. You do have your 110 outlets out here, little spray port assembly. It's going to be cold water only though, not to be misconstrued for an outside shower here, but this is going to be to help spray off pots and pans, cooking stuff out here, wash your feet off, your dogs, spray your husband, your wife, get them. Little fun time. Outside refrigerator, this is going to be a 110 refrigerator, not to be misconstrued with the 12-volt refrigerator on the inside. So you will need to be plugged in or have a generator going, but usually plugged in. If not, this becomes a real good storage location. Spice rack, anything you need for cooking and set up out here. Close the door, all out of sight, out of mind on that. They do have on the outside here the Lippert ladder system. Now a lot of people are asking about this in the industry. It is going to be a separate telescoping ladder that you can hook onto those 2 openings up top. Now it's not, doesn't just stop at that point. You actually have a couple of runs above that. So for safety purposes, it hooks up, telescopes instead of the 90-degree ladder that sets up out here. This actually telescopes and angles down much easier for a climb onto the roof, and then you have a couple of runs afterwards. which as you get up on top of the roof, you can hang on to. Same thing with coming down. You have a couple of handles to be able to get your footing back into place and come down. But the Lippert ladder system, really awesome system. Housed for a backup camera. We sell the cameras there. Motor Sportsland's parts department, our service department installs them for you. Just really helps out with coning in the back for your camera. You can have it on full time as you're driving down the road. See cars next to you when you're looking to change lanes so you're clear. Really comes into a really good effect on that camera itself. Coming back here, this is going to be the tankless water heater. You have a little copper kettle back there. I would love to go into detail and show you this when you come in and walk around, but these are just, everybody's getting these. They do on-demand hot water. You're plugged in, you got unlimited hot water. It's really just a great feature to have. Like I said, everybody, and I believe it's gonna be the same footprint as a tanked hot water heater for a 6-gallon tank. So if you did want to swap out on something, our service department is awesome at doing this. You can actually swap out to a tankless water heater, depending on your trailer, of course, or fifth wheel. Full-size spare tire on the back. This is, once again, I like to say this, full-size spare tire in the back. So if you do, it's not a donut like you would have on a small car or anything. You can continue your trip. I mean, you swap this out, get back on the road. Bumper system, I like to just talk about this for a minute. This is actually extended out. You see a lot of bumpers that are tucked right against the back end, but this is set out so you can actually do an additional clamp setup. So if you had a rack back here, just like the spare tire is, a couple of big U-bolts that actually mount a clip and a mount for the tire, you can actually do that for a rack system, for a small setup, for a generator, anything back here as well. So I like how they extend that bumper out the back a little bit. Coming out here, we do have your hookups, your power cord. It is a 50 amp service, so this looks like it may have 2 ACs on it, or prep for a second ACs whenever they put a 50 amp plug out here. Then you have your water tank fill and your black tank flush. Cable locations, the satellite locations, all housed right here. Your black tank flush, guys, if you don't know what that is, and a lot of people out there do, but if you don't, it's really just a high pressure sprayer up on top. You have your black tank, maybe kind of gross to think about as you're traveling back after your trip. There is stuff sloshing around. It just sprays, power sprays that whole tank up and down, let it bog. Do that about 2 or 3 times and you got a clean black tank. Now, what that just really alleviates is any kind of bacteria, anything left in there that can actually form gases, and then you go to flush your toilet and you get something called a trailer fart. We don't want that. This really cleanses that out. Slide system. I love showing people this. Go on to some of these other trailers that don't have that, and you've got cardboard flapping around here. You cannot pound on that. This is obviously fiberglass. You're set up with your insulation on the outside too, so you're not losing your heat or your cold through your side walls of your slide. A really nice feature that they do on this. Cable slide system, that gives you a single motor, big motor, inside, easy accessible behind a panel over your inside trim, and that's where you can get up to that motor if it needs to be changed out, any maintenance, any kind of looking at. It's easy to get to instead of taking apart a lot of other pieces on the side here. They do come and we order them with the slide toppers. Main benefit on that is it does, first of all, shade your slide system, protects your roof system, protects from any debris getting up on top of there. So when you bring your slide in and out, you're not squashing in a bunch of leaves or crab apples, anything along that line. Really just keeps that all nice and clean. Love the windows on the side, as we'll see inside, they open. Love the windows on the front here, as you'll see, they open, and just nice big bay window set up out here. A lot of airflow on the interior, which people just absolutely love when you're up in the mountains here in Utah or any other mountains throughout the States. You just get that nice clean airflow through there. This is the other side of our storage. Once again, it's not a small baggage door on one side and the other. They're 2 big baggage doors. Be able to get through and open that up. This also has 2 lights on the inside, with a little switch on there so you can see what you're doing at nighttime. That's a nice little feature. Coming up to the front, we do have I like the high wall, just protected from stone chips and anything like that. Usually they're sitting about maybe 10 inches lower than this, but this actually, they bring it up a lot higher. These tanks, very simple to get to turn them on. You take off your cap, turn on your gas, set these back down, lock them back in for your trip. 2 5-gallon propane tanks. A lot of people are asking why not the 7.5 gallon. 5 gallons you can swap out anywhere, at gas stations, any kind of grocery stores, anything. If you get the 7.5 gallons, you do need to make a phone call and track down and see where you can fill your 7.5 gallon tank up. These are just so much easier to swap out, so they're going to the 5 gallons. Electric tongue jack, you do have a little light switch up here for nighttime hookups, and of course you're up and down on your jack. Makes that easier. Let's talk about an Equalizer hitch. When you come in, we carry the Equalizer brand for an anti-sway control, a weight distribution hitch at Motor Sportsland. But we will talk to you about installation on something like that and various sizes. So safety's always first, guys. Remember that on the road. Let's go inside and take a look at this quad bunk. Hi guys, Frank here again. We are inside the 28 QBS Sunset Trail. I'm just going to show you some quick features in here. We do have a jackknife sofa. This is a quick lift up, set up, drop down to a bed. A lot of people don't know about this, but you've got good storage up underneath here as well that you can get to. Hide your snacks. You do have your table that drops down, dinette drops down to a bed. And just a, you know, I mean, I'm an average to above average size guy. To get into this, I love how they give this massive amount of room. You set up another chair out here, you're comfortably sitting 5 people around this table playing card games. Once again, we talked about the windows and the outside. You do have all 3 slider windows. So what I mean by that is you get a lot of airflow, nice big window openings, and of course look at your view. I mean, you just imagine this sitting out at your campsite and watching deer by the meadow, you know, but just really having that airflow through here, just magnificent. Going into the refrigerator, we talked about the tankless water heater, some of the new features that you're putting in trailers. This is going to be your 12-volt refrigerator. They do have solar on board, so with the solar panels, only job it's got is to charge those batteries. The batteries run the refrigerator. You're about a 2.2 to 2.4 amp draw on your battery. Solar panels are charging here, depending on full sunlight to moderate sunlight, anywhere from 12 to 16 amps per hour. So you're using minimal of that battery power to power this fridge, to keep it chilled. You guys, we do have a 3-burner stove. It'll flip up tempered glass. Works as a little backsplash here as well with the oven. I know you've probably seen trailers out there that are questioning about having the convection microwave without the oven. People do like the oven, and I do too personally. Little microwave sitting up top here, coming into your big farm sink, and movable faucet. Very simple setup. Does not have a stereo system. We found that some of the stereo systems kind of get clogged up with the DVD player, stuff like that. A lot of people are going to Bluetooth anyway, so it comes with a Boss speaker box that comes with it, so you can bring it outside with a campfire, kick it in here, and here we go. Doing a little trailer dance. That's what it's for. We love it. Looking up into the front here real quick, we have a TV location where you do have a cable or satellite plug-in and your power backer location to set your TV. Guys, TVs, cost of them, they were putting a lot of just basic TVs in here that don't have the smart TV capability. This way you can get your own smart TV, bring your mount, bring it in, we'll install it for you. We warranty our installs. We'll talk to you further about that. Kicking out here into the hallway, into the bunkhouse, we do have your bathroom. Toilets really just set up at a smart location for some leg room, and then we do have your pan shower with 3 shelves in there. The pictures online will show you everything on the bathroom itself, but let's go check out this bunk room. This is what I dig about this trailer. Hey guys, Frank here again. We're looking at the bunkhouse in the 28 QBS Sunset Trail. Kind of a smart idea, good setup for this. So we have a fold-up chair. This sets up as your desk location, a couple of drawers set up, and this is just a good amount of room for any kind of homework, anything. What happens here is we pull this off, and there'll be photos you can check out online on our website. This will, you pull the chair out, this will actually pivot and drop down to a bunk. This obviously comes down, and there is a nice window behind here for light and for some breeze, and this will also drop down. This becomes 2 of your bunks right here, and you can see your dual supports on the top bunk. Holds a little bit of weight. I think we're looking at weight capacity of 150 pounds for this top bunk. Then you have another setup. The mattress will actually go on this here This mattress will go set up on this bunk, and then this mattress for this top bunk, and then you have, I would call these going to be the twins. This is probably a little over a twin, say but a bigger size bunk on this setup here. This is actually flip up to get access into shelves underneath here, and this will actually latch up out of your way if you need to. USB ports in here for all 4 bunks, which is really nice. And then coming into your storage, pocket storage, backer, once again, backer TV location if you want to do something here with the TV for the kiddos. Heat vent back here, so you do have a lot of airflow. AC vent back here as well, and it does have a dual AC, so 2 13,500 BTU air conditioners, which makes this a 50 amp service that we looked at outside for the outlet. But just great little use of space, and obviously just having this this back here for any kind of work desk location, which is pretty sweet. Outlet set up for a computer or anything like that, laptop, USB once again set up for there. So let's go check out the bedroom. As we're walking out to go to the bedroom from where you can see the door closes, solid door, so a little bit of privacy back there for kids changing or anything like that. We do also have this additional pantry, just huge. I mean, this goes in to about here to my arm, so you can get kind of an idea, but that's a pretty deep storage area. 4 locations, 4 cubbies in here for a lot of food storage or anything else you might need. Hi guys, we're in the bedroom of the 28 QBS Sunset Trail. I like how they've done a few things here. So we do have the queen bed, and this is going to be an actual queen bed length as well. You do have your cubbies back here, and back here you do have your outlets. So you have a CPAP machine or anything like that, or just plugging in anything for chargers. Top shelf to keep your knickknacks and stuff like that, empty your pockets. You do have your storage over top, and then you have wardrobe set up on both sides of this bed. Storage on this is going to be, you lift up and you've got a pocket of storage underneath the bed, and then you have a whole pocket of storage up underneath as well, below the bed. So we'll kind of show you that as if you come in and check this out. Pocket doors, which are really nice. They're slider pocket doors. TV location, once again, backer location. If you fall asleep to a TV in bed, it's great. We can set you up with that. But really just a neat looking trailer, family-based trailer, a lot of sleeping capacity, a lot of sleeping space. Realistically, with the 4 bunks, 5, 6, 7, 8 to 9 people comfortably. So you've got a large family with kids and friends of the kids. I mean, they can all come camp out together. So yeah, come on, check it out. Just looking around, a few things that I may have forgotten to show you here too. So below the TV location up front here, nice little pocket storage, and this does come with a fireplace too. So not to just think that this is just the ambiance of a fireplace. A lot of people think they don't need a fireplace for anything. It is kind of cool, gets a good glow, but it also produces heat. So this will actually warm up to about 400 square feet plus of the trailer on the inside. If you are cold weather camping, as we spoke outside with the wrapped underbelly, these heat registers that are set up, they're all airflow, and they're also meant to blow that warm air pocketed into the underbelly of these trailers. So a little additional storage as well. We forgot to mention, you do have 2 big drawers. We looked at that spray port outside. You do have your little twisty hose there, your coil hose with a little faucet. So that's that plug outside that we looked at. And then of course we have storage. Once again, another big drawer underneath the oven. So storage under the 2 benches, and storage we looked at underneath the jackknife sofa. So pretty cool little setup. Hi guys, Frank exiting this walkthrough of the Sunset Trail, 2026 Sunset Trail 28 QBS. I appreciate you watching the video. We'd love to have you come down and walk the lot and check out a few of these options. Current pricing is available online. We would love to come over and show you what we got.